Hello everyone, Firemac here, and welcome back to Shadowbringers New Game Plus Story Stream Recap Streams. The penultimate one, probably, because I have little less under 4 hours. I might actually just make this one stream, or one recording session. But, yeah, I don't have any time left, so we're probably going to speed read, no voices, who knows, whatever. So, we're just going to get right into it. Shadowbringers Part 4. As the signs were preparing to return to the source, a new threat has presented with the sudden appearance of the Asian Elidibus. Alright, he assumed the guise of the original Warrior of Light, and following a climactic struggle, it was you that stood victorious. With peace restored, the signs bid farewell to their friends on the first, and finally made the journey home. However, they soon discovered that events unfolding in distant lands may spell disaster not only for Eorzea, but the entire world. I closed it. Why did I close it? One last time. Alright, how many quests in 5.4? 10 quests. 10 long, grueling quests. Also, since I'm no longer in Shadowbringers territory, this is, in a way, basically, Endwalker, so I'm going to be a paladin now. Alzi's quest. Kral's eyes light up at the sight of you. Oh, greetings, Firemac. Come to look in on our friends. Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them, and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they're just about to convene in Dawn's Respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we?
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Alphino sounds different.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I've a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows. In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Hee hee hee. Silent giggling.
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Hey, Lise.
Welcome back, everyone.
Been so goddamn long.
Lise!
Fun fact, I love how Lise, the moment she denounced that she was no longer assigned,
You're fine now, right?
she wasn't
No more headaches or keeling over?
she wasn't included in the whole getting transferred to the first.
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Allagan resistance.
I don't believe we've met.
He's a freaking
Really?
Scion nerd.
It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
Grahat here, at your service.
Did I?
I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander.
I don't think I did any.
It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it.
So unless this patch happens to be really short, I ain't gonna make it to 5.5.
Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lys, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? Alright, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Ah, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you used to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alizé, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
What meeting? Lead on.
I knew you'd say yes.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Okay. Speedrun tactics, go! Cutscene. Crap. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind, and having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I am convinced that the same must be true for the tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the aether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant, and the thought of the root cause is different. Perhaps the solution is the same. And is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, I'll say, and warrants full investigation. If there's even a chance we can save Gabu, we have to try, but however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness, not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Big Luke would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of that many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not of the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allagans took more than a passing interest in the subject. And what if we seek to be found anywhere? It would surely be at the Etherochemical Research Facility, where they're experimenting on primals and their worshippers, yes? Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the reports on Az's Law, which means we'll be needing an airship. Or we could just teleport. An airship, you say? Meet me at the northern bank of Silver Tear Lake. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. I could just teleport there. I could just teleport, right? Okay. Less loading screens this way. Yep. You can give me my mount. Let's go. That must all be cutscenes. It's pink. Or red. No, it's definitely pink. I give you the Bonanza, the Science's very own airship. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones, and named her for luck and prosperity. Tatar, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship, I see that the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the science-fabled coinkeeper. Hee. I'd also introduce myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped, but that's alright, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Az's Law. Enough talk, it's time to fly. All aboard! So we need no longer rely on Sid, huh? Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tundra has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are, as is law. And Alpha No's report did not do the scale of this place justice. The wisdom of Allag Grahatiela surveys his surroundings with an expectant glint in his eye. This appears to be the Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time on Az's Law, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records on the Crystal Tower. Unless I'm mistaken, this path leads to an Aetherite, which beyond there will be an informant terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. Oh man, I might actually get to the terminal voice. Because it's been a while since I voiced the terminal. And here's the terminal. A moment while I was searched the archives for references to tempering. Oh, we're not talking to the node. Never mind. Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption, an overview. That sounds promising. Iconic. Indeed. Let us see that this report has what this report has to say. Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No! Isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be there may be another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is where to look. It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. It is likely that he kept a copy? I would say it is a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he will have had quarters in the Hemisphere. We can ascertain the details of the Hemisphere control. Let us return to Bonanza and avail ourselves to the manicutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot, you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Hemisphere. Thank you. Thank you for not making me go back. So where are we going now? The heck are we going? All the way on the opposite side of the map. Amazing! Oh, all this time wasted on traveling. Go faster, go faster, go faster. Oh, we're still so far away. Gonna have to go up. How much further up do you want me to go? Right there. Oh, now you want me to go down. Well, which is it, man? Oh, this is the Shinryu music, isn't it? Okay. There we go. Right there. Right there. There's so many people here. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this node will be able to tell us its number. There, from what I can recall the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of Warning, an evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the other would have been imposed during the 4th Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. The energy level critical. Returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access, for example. Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at points at stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? Ha! I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning-aspected aether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Allagan knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, 'tis more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard, if I may, I suggest we split up and search the Beta Quadrant. Oh, but be aware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the aether is stagnant. Oh, now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. The first to return here with a shard wins. What do you say? Sure. Very well, it would be an honor to come in third. To come third? Is that what you said? We will not be skip. No, we're not skipping cutscene. Ugh. So much traveling, so much wasted time! Can you just kill that thing and be done with it? Interacting. Oh, I have a chokeable on me. Bravo, that was quite a show adventure. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. What, no dramatic entrance? You've changed. That's actually a callback to when we first met him in the Crystal Tower series, which I did not pick up on the first time I played this. You remember that. In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet an honest-to-God's hero, after all. The contest continues, so you had better hurry back. But one last thing. Thank you, Firemac, for bringing me here. You're welcome, buddy. Seriously, I have to deliver it to him? He could have just grabbed it when he was freaking here! It appears Alize had no luck, so victory is ours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? Yes, take it, please. Please, just take it. What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? A map. That is the question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we both could learn a great deal from Firemac, not only about the secrets of entering, but come, we should attend to our mission. Wang, 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 wang. Wang, 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 wang. Excellent, the system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Havosphere. Only one obstacle remains, the security system within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, I pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. This quest isn't over yet. There is still cutscenes playing. Awesome. A heartful moment. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overuse sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphanos is more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlane's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced his views would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently, by which I mean the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should have liked to meet you, the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allagan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studio. Didn't you see the markings? I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. See, my peers at the Students of Baldesion convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis? I shudder to imagine the work involved, but enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Blip, initializing, scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. Bleep, verifying. Bloop, authentication complete. Guest identified as member of royal family. I am your most humble service, your highness. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga Une has said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search for active... search archive for iconic corruption. Bleep, searching. Bloop, one item found. Iconic corruption and overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Well, go on then, your highness. Tell the nice note the password. Right, let's see... Glory be to Allag! Long live Emperor Zande! Bleep bloop, password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now, passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance... Password! The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden! What did that thing just call me? Wild Rose. So it's Wild Rose. Bleep bloop, password incorrect. Again, be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract the data that what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone could coax a Machina into cooperating, it is them. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. "30 minutes! 2 quests! That's it!" We are so screwed. Reviving the legacy. Garhatia seems eager to bear the note away. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Cid since waking up. Rambrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Yes, he's dealing with some weapon stuff. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext. However much I might look forward to seeing him again, him and everyone, but come, let us be on our way. Cool. Let that be the end of the cutscene, please. Oh my god. Why do we have to watch people walk away? Hehehe, look at them all running. All but running. How sweet. Still, I wouldn't do to keep them waiting, shall we? I have to run to the bathroom, by the way. T minus 3R. Also, I'm paranoid that no one's hearing me, despite all my talking. So I'm just gonna check on the stream real fast. Okay. Wonderful news! Firemac had contacted Cid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I would like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryl? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events at Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the Third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financing backing from House Brutus. Oh. Brutus. Aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyo and Asahi? This bodes well. Xeno's movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Yuan-Jay will be able to shed some light on the activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere with the conflict, and so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, it is not a problem easily solved. The Linlinsons, in particular, struggle in their efforts, and Alpha and Yustola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the intempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But we can develop a treatment for tempering that anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. On that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's respite? I'll show Cid in as soon as he arrives. That's right, I think this is like the first time we get to hear Cid's voice in like forever. And if I recall, Cid's voice sounds really weird. I don't know if it was the voice direction, or we haven't heard it in so long that it just sounds weird. Cid! Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early, and I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been had you not fulfilled your promise. Ha! I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well, a treatment for tempering, and for the next step you need to find the password for this Allagan's report. Just so, with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitek terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambros. It contains an Allagan dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Huzzah! 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 Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Huh. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, milady. Node. Open report entitled Iconic Corruption. An overview. Password. Freedom! Password accepted. Loop. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the ether of the soul. Said ether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes. Their soul is taken on the properties of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to an ether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause the subject's ether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment. However, further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. The stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject invulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner, do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I have set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women, all fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence, I have been stripped of rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of the iconic corruption. End recording. So not even the Allagans were able to find a cure, or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms the stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angela can remedy that. True, yet, were we simply to reanimate the temper soul, I fear it would do not to diminish the individual's fanatic faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the Primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining in its thrall. If we could only make them remember who they were, if there is no point in reviving their souls, unless we also understood this. Let's go with the first one! But of course, memory transference. The process has effect of the compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation, that is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theory seems sound. In our experience, treating the light corrupted would help us identify suitable memories for reanimation. But you are confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. It will take more calculating power, a lot more. Honestly, I couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind the password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure, and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective, I believe their motto was freedom through technology, or some such. You two, round up as many Magitek terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief! Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? Right, while Grahatia and I configure terminals, I want the rest of you to procure supplies. You'll need ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers to go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Firemac and Alzi with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Oh my god. Take them to Skysteel Manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what we need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where are my berries? Welcome back, Mr. Firemac. May I serve you this day? Here, have this. So you're after Cerulean. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Why? Why are you making me go all these places? Just give me the things. I don't want to do this no more. I just want this. I just want to finish the patch. Let me finish the patch. Airship landing. Where is it? Sky Steel Engineer. Give me the stuff. Give me the stuff. Give me the stuff. Give me the stuff. Give me the stuff! Cerulean, you've come to the right man. Fair warning, though, the price has shot up and on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. Yeah, I've got the coin. Oh god! Oh god! Well, now a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's as good as gold to me. It's almost been a freaking hour. We haven't even made it halfway yet. You gotta be kidding me. This is ridiculous. Hey, what's up, Emmerich?
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course. Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
That went well, I guess. Thanks for chatting, Sir Emmerich. That was cool, I guess. Where are we now? Right, this is really nice.
Who would have thought cerulean weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
No need to show off, Alizé. That's the whole point.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more, now that I look at it.
Yeah, so you said it sounds different too. I think they might have messed them up.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering.
What's up, Nero?
But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
I would if it didn't look so awkward on camera. Best I could do is lean back, and even then it looked awkward.
Damn it. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close! Oh!
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There!
That's real. Her panic's so freaking
I was able to
adorable.
memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Huzzah! Yay! Yay! Huzzah!
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
No!
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Yay! 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 Yeah, Galvis!